How many children do you have in total?
Hey,
Okay. When was the last time that you worked at a job?
It should be a default. The NCP is the only one here, but he is only receiving SSI income. So we just, what I believe the state and I would like to do is confirm that there is a temporary order that ordered temporary support. So confirm temporary arrears.
Whoa. All right. Well, I'm sorry. I'll look at temporary arrears so long as the SSI is new and there's been a start. But if there was a SSI at the time, or there's been a finding that he should have been getting SSI before then, I will have a problem with doing any type of arrears and arrears payments, folks. Okay, I'm sorry. That's the legal standard on that.
The prior order in January was based on him working part-time at a car wash. So.
Okay, well, give me some more data on that. But again, if he was on SSI, I had these SSI guys and ladies go out and try to do something, I
believe he also
it doesn't last. So yeah, so
yeah,
I don't want to ever see an enforcement based on someone or to pay child support while they're on SSI, because I won't be able to do anything. And I don't think the state will ever try to do that, but
no,
you never know when it might pop up because the system missed it. So let me get some data and let's find out how long he was working there, and I'll see whether or not I'm gonna grant that as a judgment.
Okay, regarding the remainder of the issues, I wasn't there at the hearing, obviously, in January, so I can't speak to what happened in January at that hearing. But the reason I was appointed was to get some more information about the SSI or the SSDI benefits that were potentially available for the children as a result of
such, yeah.
Yeah, and
there are not, so yeah.
Right, and I'll have Mr. Taplin testify about all that. But regarding the conservatorship issue, I think joint managing conservatorship is fine. I think he's pretty involved with these two children. They're 10 and 11 years old. For some reason, the temp order has them as managing conservator, possessory conservator, but I've talked to both parents. They both are. I'm not sure why that was done. So I guess my request would be joint managing for both. And regarding possession and access, Mr. Taplin, I've called him when he's had his kids, so I know he sees them unsupervised fairly frequently. So my request would be just a standard possession order on paper, and then they can keep doing whatever informal visitation arrangement they have going.
All right, then let's go ahead and get this one on the record, and I'll let the state officially tell the court what they're looking at doing and whether what you understand any other agreements and contests to be. And I'll see if I can find anything of why we did this so at that time. But again, and we could ask Mr. Taplin whether or not he's ever been convicted of family violence against someone, this party or someone else, because that may be the reason. So we'll see. But anyway, at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and call Bell County calls number 22 DFAM 333,676, and this is in the interest of Taplin minor children. Non-custodial party Michael D. Taplin, custodial party Donna D. Forrest. And this matters before the court on a original petition and student effective translation with AOP. The court's taking judicial notice of the court file. Note for the record, both parties have previously been noticed and served that we've been operating under temporary order since the first of the year. My understanding is that Mr. Taplin's present today, Ms. Forrest is not. And it's also my understanding that Mr. Taplin is currently getting SSI and based on the journal information, he may no longer be doing any type of part-time work. Anyway, I'll ask the state for an opening to tell the court what the state's requesting we do here today, whether or not they're requesting this as a final, and then I'll ask Mr. Brimall for the record to explain what he's requesting beyond the temporary order and the fact that probably request for joint managed conservators with the right to decide domicile and a standard visitation package if there's anything in excess of that. And obviously we can get testimony from Mr. Taplin on those issues. But this time, the floor is yours, Ms. Hubbard. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state's requesting a final order today. We're asking, I believe we're in agreement with Mr. Brimhall. We're asking that parties be named joint managing conservators with mom with no geographic restriction, a standard possession order, The state is asking the support to end. It was ordered at 300, it was ordered at, I believe 100, around $100 in the prior order. I believe the testimony is going to show that Mr. Taplin is only receiving SSI at this point, and he was not able to get SSDI. So we're asking that we take a judgment of the prior support that was ordered, just to go ahead and end it, and then start off with a zero child support, zero medical support going forward. I believe in the prior temporary order, the number of children was also incorrect. So we would ask that it be found that Mr. Taplin has 2 children in this case and 6 others outside of this case. And then I believe that is it. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, anything else in addition to what I already stated on the record, Mr. Brimall, that you may be asking for at this time?
No, no, Your Honor, just for the court's information, the prior support beginning February 1 was 119 for child support and 24 for medical support, both beginning February 1.
All right, let's find out what Mr. Taplin was doing during that time frame and when did he actually leave that job, all right? All right,
sir.
thank you both very much, Mr. Taplin. Please unmute yourself and raise your right hand, sir. Okay, Mr. Taplin, do you solemnly swear or affirm your testimony going to give you the truth?
I do.
Okay. All right, Mr. Taplin, you may need to move the spots if that's in your background, because whatever that screaming is going on. All right, thank you.
Well, it's the wall, but I can.
Oh, it's
I
next
can
door.
move.
Okay. Yeah, move away. Move away from your neighbors a little
Yeah.
bit. So sorry about that.
No, it's. I'm in my room right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's the wall. That's how the wall looks.
Is that
Okay.
But,
is it a TV noise or is it like
Is it-
TV noise or actual?
oh yeah, I'm watching in the heat of the night. I'm sorry.
Oh, turn that off. Go back in your rooms and just turn off in the heat of the night, okay? All
Oh,
right.
I moved to the living room where there's no noise.
Okay, because
Thank you.
that sounded, no wonder it sounded dramatic because it was a drama. All right, a TV drama. Got it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I thought it sounded like a TV. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the heat of the night is my show. I can't miss that, but I can miss
Okay.
it for this.
All right, well, never was the show, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time because Mr. Partier and Mr. Strigler, they acted their proverbial backsides off in that movie. So yeah. Anyway, now that the judge has gone into his past way too much, I'll go ahead and say you're under oath, sir, and the state may proceed. Thank you. And I almost said Strigler, but it was Rod Steiger, not Strigler. Sorry. So
Yeah, Bubba, the last name, yeah.
all right, you may proceed at this time, Ms. Hubbard. Thank you.
Thank you. The state would like to call Michael Taplin. Sir, will you state your name for the record?
My name is Michael Taplin.
And sir, are you the father of Micah and Michael?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And in the prior order, you were named as a possessory conservator. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, I guess, but we was all staying together in Killeen at first, and then me and the mom broke up, and then they started coming to stay with me whenever I moved back down to Temple, because the mom had went through a incident with her last boyfriend where he stabbed her like 8 times.
Let me just get some data on that. When were the children living with you? Or yes, children, sorry.
Wow, I really can't remember the date, but it was when I moved from Killeen, it was about like 3 years ago.
Okay. And how long did they live with you when they came to live with you?
They stayed with me for a whole school year, and then their mama took them back.
Okay. So you're comfortable around these children and they know you as dad, is that right?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And are you still able to visit with the children?
Yes, ma'am. Anytime they call for me to come pick them up, I'll stop everything that I'm doing and I go get
Um, how often do you normally see them a week?
them. Every weekend, unless they don't call, whenever they like, anytime they call, I go get them. But I don't go get them on the school days because they live with mom and they gotta go to school, and I really don't have transportation like that. But on the weekends, they call me, I go get them.
And you live pretty close to Miss Forrest, is that correct?
No, I live on the other side of town. They stay on the east side of town. I stay on the west side of town.
Okay, but you're in the same city.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. As far as the children's ages, they are around 10 and 11, is that correct?
They're 10 and 11. Exact 10, 11.
All right. So, they're able to tell you what they need. They could tell if something bad happened to them. They're not small
Oh, yeah.
children.
Oh, yes, ma'am. They tell me everything, actually. Some things that I don't need to know.
Are you working right now, sir?
Not at this moment.
Okay. Are you still receiving SSI?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you attempt to apply for SSDI?
I can't do that until I get her to go up there with me because she's over my she's over my she's my payee.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
And she
who's your payee, sir? Who's your designated payee for your Social Security? Your SSI? The mother of the children or your mother?
No, the mother of the children is my payee.
Okay. You might need to expand on that to make see if he's getting the funds or she's getting some of the funds, Ms. Hubbard, something like. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, John. Mr. Taplin, are you currently receiving any SSDI?
No, not until me and her go up there and refill out the application for me to receive it.
Okay. And since the temporary, sorry, sir. Since the temporary order was done in January, she's not gone with you to help you get that started?
Nope, she hasn't gone with me or tried to get in contact with me. The only way I can kind of talk to her is whenever I text my oldest stepdaughter.
Okay.
Whenever I text her, I'll text my oldest stepdaughter telling her that I'm coming to get the kids.
Okay.
And she lets her mom know, and that's the end of that, basically.
Okay, so you really don't have any contact with Miss Forrest?
No, ma'am.
Okay. How many children do you have in total?
8.
Okay. And we accidentally put last time that you had just I think we had a total of 6 children. So you actually have 8 children with Micah and Michael.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you when was the last time that you worked at a job?
The last time I worked at a job was about a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. And what were you doing?
I was doing car detailing.
Okay. And are you able to work at that job right now?
No, they haven't called me to come do a car in, like I said, a couple of weeks now. So I figured that they found somebody else to do it.
But you don't have any steady employment or anyone
No, ma'am.
that would take taxes out of your check?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Have you ever been in the military, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Taplin, you said that the mother of the children is your designated payee. In other words, she gets your Social Security money, correct?
Yes, sir. But it comes on a card,
And she gives
and
you,
I have the card.
okay, so she doesn't get the card, you have the card, and she doesn't have any, and she gives you the entire amount each month. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir. She's only the payee. I got the card that has my money that comes to it.
All right. And sir, when you were working as a detailer, how much how much were you averaging each week on that job, sir? How much did you normally get each week?
Well, at first I was working at Canyon Creek Car Wash over there off of 31st and Temple, and I was getting paid like $9.50 an hour, and I worked there for about 4 years.
And were you working 40 hours a week or 20 hours a week? Where were you working?
No, it was only about, I'll say, 30 hours a week.
And when did you leave Kane?
I left them, I want to say, little over a year ago.
All right then. And so we've only been doing this since the first of the year. So where did you go to work after Kane, sir?
I was doing under the table detailing.
And who were you working for then, or were you doing that on your own?
I was doing it on my own.
Okay, so you weren't working for anybody, so you weren't getting a paycheck, you were doing it on your own. And if you had to give the court a good guess, sir, how much were you making? So you were doing it on your own when you said you stopped working earlier, sometime in the last 30 days, or were you working for somebody else then?
No, in the last 30 days, I worked for Syntex Autos.
Okay, and when did you start working for them?
I started working for them. Oh, I actually don't remember. I'm sorry.
Okay, was it longer than 6 months ago, or was it in the summer?
No, it was yeah, it was more like I started working for them in September.
Okay, so only about a month.
Yes, sir.
All right, in between January and September, sir, were you ever actually working for someone else to give you the money?
No, sir. I was walking around cutting grass, doing everything I can do to make money.
Okay, so but you were just doing the freelance stuff. You weren't working for someone, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, you may proceed, Ms. Hubbard.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Brimhall, your witness.
He's muted.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Mr.
Oh.
Taplin. I was looking at the financial activity at the time, so I was going to see what.
Okay, sorry.
So thank you.
Can you hear me now?
I've seen his mouth moving.
Sorry.
I've seen his mouth moving, but I didn't hear anything. I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Do you have any criminal convictions, Mr. Taplin?
Yeah, back whenever I was a juvenile.
Okay. Do you have any convictions within the last 5 years?
No, not really. But I went to jail for support twice.
Within the last 5 years, you went to jail twice?
Oh, no, not within the last 5 years.
Okay. All right. Was that as a juvenile? Is that what you're talking about?
No, that's when I was that's as I was an adult.
Okay. Do you have any criminal history other than traffic tickets or anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay. And your middle name is Donshi, right?
Don Shay.
Donshay, sorry. It's not Anthony, right? You're not Michael Anthony Taplin?
No, that's my uncle.
Okay, okay. All right. When I looked up your name in Bell County, I see a lot regarding him, but that's not you.
Yeah, no, that's my uncle.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, regarding prior, has CPS ever been involved with you and Miss Forrest?
Yes, they have.
When was that?
Whenever I was living in Cane Creek, whenever I was living in Cane Creek townhomes, it was one.
Well, let me ask you this: how long ago was it? Was it a year ago, 2 years ago?
I say it was about a year ago.
Okay. And is CPS still involved in your life with the kids?
As far as I know, that the case is closed.
Okay. What I'm saying, has a CPS worker contacted you recently or about anything?
No, no, sir.
Okay. All right. All right. Regarding how frequently you see the children, do you see them every
Mr.
week?
Brimall, he's a joint MC with the standard visitation, and we can move
Okay.
on. Thank you.
Okay, okay. All right. I'll okay. Final questions here about your income. Were you ever on SSDI? Did you ever get SSDI?
Yes, I did until I guess they took it away.
When
All I have to do is go back up there and reapply for it.
when did it stop? When did you stop getting SSDI?
Back in,
Was it this year or
I
last
want to
year?
say, oh no, it's been a couple of years actually.
Okay. All right. Okay. And are you did you I think you mentioned, I don't know if you mentioned it in the hearing or not, but are you trying to start a business?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to start my own detailing shop.
What efforts have you made?
Let's move on. Let's move on, sir. It's 2:30, and he's not. Yeah, Mr. Brimall, he's on SSI. He's not working. He hadn't started the business. I don't project out. Okay, sorry. Thank you.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I'll pass the witness.
Okay. All right, Mr. Taplin, do you ever get SSI when you were a child, under the age of 18?
Yes, sir.
All right. And have you ever worked 10 straight? How old are you, sir?
I'm 34.
All right, and from the time you were 18 until now, did you ever work at a full-time job somewhere that paid you for 10 straight years?
No, sir.
All right, I don't think he's gonna get SSDI. I think he's just been on SSI the whole time, it sounds like. So, but anyway, he can look into that. But for right now, yeah, that's that. So,
okay. All right, yeah.
All right then, Mr. Hubbard. Anything else on redirect?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Hubbard, I don't think I can reduce this to a judgment. He was working on the side. It shouldn't have been done. I don't want it coming back after I'm long gone as the judge and this man being held in contempt. So I'm going to deny the reducing of the unpaid child support as a judgment. I'm going to find it should have never been ordered. I'm not going to the child support or the cash medical. So I'm finding at this time that is zero and or that it never should have been ordered. I'm looking at naming the parties joint management conservator, giving mom the right to decide domicile that rights unrestricted. Current child support going forward, zero. Current cash medical going forward, zero. And standard visitation. Sorry.
Okay. So
I'm not worried about you guys, but I'm worried about 10 years from now. If I leave this in the judgment by then at 6% interest, it's going to be $5,000, and you, Mr. Brimall, Ms. Hubbard, and Judge Nelson won't be around, and they'll be trying to do something against him. So yeah, sorry.
I understand. I think the easiest way to clear it up is to have zero retro ordered and to start the zero support beginning 2/1.
No. We can
No,
do a
that-
zero judgment. It's fine.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you've been gone too long, Mr. Brimhall, to know how that old. You've been using
Okay.
real Excel too long to remember how they do that thing there. So
Okay,
yeah.
however whatever the easiest way to do it.
Just everything is zero. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, yeah. All right, I understand.
And no court cost is ordered. And it doesn't sound like I need to do app close here or anything else. The parents get along, everything looks good. So
I think
is there
so.
anything else that you requested, Mr. Brimhall?
No, that my only yeah, everything's gotten covered, Judge. Yes.
Ms. Hubbard, anything else?
No, Your Honor, I think that's it.
Mr. Taplin, any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, then, sir. Again, going forward, you and your mom, joint managed conservators. The kids live with her. You get visitation. Y'all can agree to anything you want, but fair in agreement. You fall back on the holiday schedule that's going to be in the order, and you don't have to pay child support going forward because you're on SSI, and you don't have to pay cash medical, and you don't owe any back, sir. So I'll let the state prepare that order and circulate it. May Mr. Taplin be excused, Ms. Hubbard?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Brimhall, anything else from Mr. Taplin?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Good luck to you and your kids. We're off the record.